Hey, this is Six Quix Questions with me, Caiti Baker. I'm from Darwin, Northern Territory on beautiful Arikea land. And my first question is, what inspired you to become a songwriter performer? So I was very fortunate to be born the daughter of a blues musician, and my mother was a huge supporter and lover of music. So I was pretty much basted in blues music, anything from America at that time, late 1800s, early 1900s up until the 70s. Didn't really get much of a look into the 80s, but blues, R&B, soul, big band, jazz, gospel, anything from Black America was kind of like the soundtrack to my life growing up. And then when I discovered autonomy in being able to select the music that I wanted to listen to, I gravitated towards soul, New Jack Swing, R&B, new soul, hip hop, rap. So that was kind of like where I just found all of my solace in anything, whether it was achieving something, my successes, I'd celebrate with music. If I needed to process some trauma, or I was going through some emotions, then I would write about it in my many diaries that kind of started off as raps, not necessarily poems or anything like that. Started off as raps and then kind of prose into verses and those sorts of things. And this is in the late 90s, early 2000s. My father had come home with an 8-track digital recorder, and he didn't know how to use it, and I taught myself at the age of 12 to use it. So I began to collect instrumentals downloaded from LimeWire when that was a thing kicking off on the internet, along with chat rooms. I would download my favorite hip-hop instrumentals, and then I would write songs in this digital track recorder. Don't know how to do it anymore. I'd be completely stumped if I had to pull out that machine again, but I worked out how to do it, and that's how I learned how to write, record, and vocal stack and harmony arrange and essentially begin my journey of production. I think I was born a natural performer. My parents tell me stories of when my father used to play gigs in pubs, and I was a little girl. I would apparently enter the dance floor with a cartwheel, looking pretty proud of myself, and continue dancing on the dance floor whether anyone was watching or not. I think it was just kind of in me to entertain and to express myself creatively through music and dance. So I've been doing it since I was quite young. Didn't necessarily do any music or dance or drama or performance in high school. I focused on photography, art, and design, and I became a graphic designer straight after school so that I could put all of my spare time, energy into writing and making music. So I'm not officially or formally trained in music in any way. I can't read music. It's a skill that I would like to pick up. But everything's done by ear and feel. So I guess I had no choice in inspiration. I guess it was just a birthright, and that's how I became to be where I am now. Question 2. What's an album you never tire of hearing? Oh, these questions are so difficult. There are so many. So I'm just going to rattle a few off. Anything by Aaliyah and Missy Elliott, that was huge for me in the 90s and early 2000s. Recently, more so probably Rihanna's Auntie. Channel Orange by Frank Ocean. Extraordinary Machines by Fiona Apple. I believe I'm Going Down by Kurt Vile. Whoa. What else is there? Leanne LaHavis's first album. She had an EP and an album. Angel Hayes, Back to the Woods. These are all albums I just never tire of. I could go back and listen to over and over again. Blackout by Redman and Method Man. Volume 1 by Jay-Z. Reasonable Doubt was good too, but his second album was probably my favorite that I could always go back to. Ooh, what else is there? Notorious K.I.M., Little Kim. Khalees's first album, Kaleidoscope. That was amazing. I could definitely go back and listen. It's quite nostalgic. Not a lot of recent releases that I go back to, but there should be. What's that? Robert Palmer and Alison Krauss record. I absolutely adored that. I can't remember what that's called, but I did adore that. Yeah, there's lots of albums I don't tire of. Ball and Chain by Big Mama Thornton, Jimi Hendrix Experience. What else? What else do I never tire of? Such a hard question. I really should put these all in a playlist on Spotify or something. Number 3, greatest music career achievement to date. Oh, look, there are so many. I'm very grateful for the career that I've had and will continue to have. It's a blessing to be able to perform. The industry is definitely in a state, and we're just seeing a different time, I guess, in society, which is fascinating to be a part of. But I would say one of my favourite moments would be collaborating with the Taiwanese choir group from the south of Taiwan called the Taiwu Ancient Ballads Troupe. I have a song with them called Slow Down. I've yet to release the acoustic version of that, which I'm really excited to bring to the world at some point. But collaborating with those young women, it's probably one of the highlights of my life, not just of my career, but to sing with them and to write and have a piece of work that we share together. And then in 2022, I was able to travel back to Taiwan to perform the song live with them at a festival, Here Festival, and I was meant to play the World Music Festival, but it got typhooned out, very sadly. But singing and performing and rehearsing and just being in the same space and sharing our time together is a career highlight. So yeah, Slow Down by myself and the Taiwu Ancient Ballads Troupe is definitely a great music career achievement to date for myself. Question number 4, tell us about the tools you use to create music. Well, my emotions and my experiences and my brain, I guess, and my ears, and I'm very collaborative. I love working with producers, mainly my longtime co-collaborator, James Mungohig, aka Koya James. So he'll have a bank of instrumentals that I can kind of select from if I hear something that I like and I'm like, oh, I think I need to write something, so I'll pick an instrumental. Or sometimes we'll sit down and he'll play guitar and come up with some chords and we'll write that way. Or sometimes I'll find a beat online, or I'll hear a song that I really, really love and love the production and the arrangement, and I'll find a version of that beat online somewhere, download it, and write my own song over that. And then James will take the production out and rebuild his production around it. Then in terms of technical tools, this old thing, SM7B, is my favorite microphone to use. I have a couple of other microphones I will use occasionally, but I just love the SM7B because it's so portable and I can really record anywhere. A pair of Bayer headphones, my Apollo Twin UAD sound card, my MacBook Pro. That's pretty much all I need to record. They're my tools. I do love when I collaborate with, there's a local band here in Darwin called Zaza Zoo, which is James Mungohig, Koya James, who's also my partner, and his old friend and good friend of ours, Evan Saunders, on guitar, and phenomenal drummer Rowan Daly. They make up Zaza Zoo, and they're kind of like a instrumental, psychedelic, soul, rock, punk, whatever they want to kind of blues put together, instrumental band, but they back a couple of bands here in Darwin. So we have a nice little collective of musicians. I love writing with them. So yeah, there's lots of tools that I use, but mainly my experiences and emotions. And if I need to process something, that's going to come out in some way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Question 5. Tell us about your latest project. So I've got a couple going. My latest project is Stay Down, a single that I released in April. Yeah. And that's the first off an album called So You Know project that I'm working on. Album EP, not sure just yet, but I've got quite a few songs in the bank. That is I think it's like a futuristic soul pop, ear candy filled banger with a little bit of K-pop sensibility to it, with a lot of, I think, very strong, interesting, weird melodies, and some cool vocal stacking and samples. Yeah, that's Stay Down. Yes, I have a song called Slow Down and Stay Down. So Stay Down is my latest project that I'm promoting at the moment. I'm also working on a girl group that I have with my close friend and my clink Juju Duran, and we're called Clink, 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 and we've written a number of songs together. We've got one song ready to go. We're just working out the marketing plan and all of the fun things that go along with releasing music. So yes, I have Clink. That's called, the first song is called Rabbit Hole. That'll be out soon. And once I finish this project, So You Know, my solo project, I'll be collaborating more closely with the aforementioned band Zazazoo to do a live recording band project, which I'm really, really excited about, kind of going back to my roots of blues and soul and neo soul and probably a little bit of rock and just heavier stuff, live performance things. That's the latest projects that I'm working on at the moment. And the last question, what's the grand plan? I'm living my grand plan. I'm creating, having fun, doing it with people I love, supporting my community, being a part of a community, and to keep going. The grand plan is just to keep going, create and make, put things out, perform as much as I can where capacity is allowed, and keep supporting my fellow musician friends and community and family. Yeah, that's me. I'm Caiti Baker on beautiful Larrakia land here in Darwin, Northern Territory, and that was my 6 Quix questions.